welcome everybody. I'm Wes.
And I'm Claudia.
And I can't believe we're doing this again. We've been doing this for a lot of weeks, Claudia.
I think we're on our 28th or 29th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just take this show on the road. Do you think we could?
I don't think so.
Okay, you're about ready to retire with this too, right? Talking about retirement, yeah, we made that big announcement a week or so ago, and we're going to talk more about that after the worship tonight. And we're going to talk about some transition issues. And by the way, this coming Sunday, historically, we get to do something we've never done before in the 32 years of Daybreak. You know what it is?
Yeah, I think I do.
What is it?
Vote.
She's right.
Yay!
We get to
I just love those questions.
We get to vote on our new pastor. And we'll be talking more about Jeff Eckert and Ariana here in just a moment. But hey, I can't wait to see what you're going to do today.
Yeah,
and then we're going to have some worship in a little bit.
You get so excited.
I do get excited.
I know.
I do
Anything
get excited.
in the kitchen.
Yeah.
No, that's not true.
So I'll get out of your way here, but
That'd
is there
be
anything
good.
you want to say, and then I'll get out of your way?
No, I'm ready to go.
You want me to get out of the way?
I want you to move. And this is our cameraman. If you've been impressed with our photography and videography, this is the guy to hire. He's good. He may throw you a loop once in a while, but all right. We were talking about what we're cooking today, and this is a new experience for me. I was reading over here on the couch one night this week, and Wes was reading in his camping magazine. Now, we could talk about camping. I put up with camping. I go with him when we camp. Let's take the river trip that we did.
Oh, she likes to camp. I know she does.
I don't think that was planned. But anyway, so we're doing our camping, and you know, when you camp, you just can't take this kind of stuff. You got freeze-dried stuff, and I remember the most popular thing we ate on our river trip was this. Wesson decided he liked tuna fish, which I thought was great because we needed our protein and everything, because he wouldn't eat the stuff that we bought that was freeze-dried and ready to go. So we ate a lot of tuna. And you can see you got your tuna, and you've got your sweet relish, and you've got your mayonnaise, and you even have your little napkin and a fork. I tell you can't beat that when you're out on the sand. All right, but what he really enjoyed, and I had to monitor these because he loves fruit cups. And see how handy they are? Well, I only packed 2 per meal. And so someone can eat, 1 for me and 1 for him, but he easily ate 2. And so, but this was something he really liked. Today, we're not going to use that. We're going to, so he was reading in this camping magazine, he says, oh, Claudia, and he went, and he ripped the page out, and he says, look what I found. It's Nutella and banana stuffed French toast. Now, if you were in church on Sunday, he announced from stage I was doing French toast, and I thought, okay, so here we are. We're doing the Nutella banana stuffed French toast. Now, if I just recently got introduced to Nutella because of our precious grandboys, Charlie and Henry, they love Nutella. They eat it in their crepes. They eat it on their bread. They eat it all the time. They love it. And so that's where we learned to like this. It's really good.
It's healthy for you.
Yes. It's hazelnuts mixed with chocolate, but it's delicious. So that's what this is about today. All right. So the first thing you do is you start out. We're going to start out with 8 slices of, you know what? I'm going to read through the ingredients, and then I'll cook, and then if we have time, I'll review the ingredients again. So you have 8 slices of Texas toast, challah bread, anything that you can use that's thick. Then we use a 3/4 cup of Nutella, right here. And we chop up 2 bananas, or 3, it's according to what we like. And then you mix together 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, and 2 tablespoons sugar. That's what this little deal is here. And 4 eggs. And I notice I haven't got my eggs out, but I'll get them. And then a 1/4 cup milk and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. 4 tablespoon butter to when we bake these or grill these, whatever we call it. And a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. If it's not rich enough, we're going to throw maple syrup over them. All right. So, and then
Don't forget the whipped cream.
And then Wes wanted to add strawberries. This is not in the recipe, but we're going to add strawberries.
We want to make it a healthy dish.
Yes. And then he wanted to add his favorite whipped cream that he sprays in his mouth quite often. And then he just now came up, he found almonds and sliced almonds.
I love almonds.
And they're healthy, right?
This is going to be a healthy meal.
Yeah, it is. So here we go. Let me get the eggs. Wes, do you have anything to say?
No, I just think this is awesome that we're going to have this, and you guys could be doing this even tonight for your dinner. This would be like perfect. I'm learning a lot. I don't know about you guys, but I'm learning how to watch. That's about it. Just watch and participate at the end. So again,
how you doing?
okay.
All right. So we got our 4 eggs and our milk. Okay. So the first thing we do, according to the directions, is we're going to put our Nutella on each slice of bread. All right. So we're going to smear this. Hang on here. I'm sorry. I'm going to make this so I can use it better. Here we go. And so we will coat each one. And I think this is probably going to be as rich that you can take. And so, what do you think, Wes?
Oh, this is delicious. Just to watch you do this, just
yeah,
absolutely causes me to salivate.
Salivate.
Salivate too.
Let's.
I'll salivate. Salatate and salivate.
It doesn't matter. We know what you mean. Yeah.
Salacake.
You know, this past week, friends of ours invited us up. I know you're saying you got friends. And they invited us up north to where they live. And they said, why don't you come up and have supper with us? Okay. And so Chris is known for her abilities in the kitchen. And so while Wes and whatever his Mark, while they were talking, she was fixing this delicious meal. And I was just watching her. And I so enjoyed it because she's just real casual about it. But let me tell you what our menu was. We had fillets wrapped in bacon. They were about this thick. And then we had lobster tail. And we had green beans and potatoes and yeast rolls that she made. And then we, I think that had, and then we had cheesecake for dessert.
Homemade cheesecake.
Yeah, she made the cheesecake too. I'm going,
with berries over them.
Good Lord. And so, but it was so much fun just to be able to watch somebody do their thing in the kitchen. And you know, I think, I love cooking. And I really love entertaining. You know, used to I took a gifts test many years ago, and it said my hospitality ranked like 0. But I think I've increased that because I do love entertaining people in our home and cooking for them.
How many people would you say you've entertained in your kitchen?
I don't know.
On an average per year?
It'd be over 100. So
probably 150 a year.
At least, yeah, because sometimes there's always one dinner that has 100. Yeah. But anyway, okay, here we go. So you get this done. I'm just kind of covering up some edges. All right, I'm gonna move that out of the way. The next thing we do is we do our, I can't get these off. Okay, I'm gonna do an extra banana. All right. So, excuse me. I better get another. Okay, I'm gonna chop these bananas so that we can put them in this, on this sandwich. I don't know, French toast, I'm sorry. All right, so here we go. Of course, we're gonna peel our banana. What I like about bananas is that they're protected by this skin. And these are great fresh bananas. You know, we went shopping last night. Wes went with me to Meijer here in Jenison. And to find these ingredients. And I think a lot of times now when I go to Meijer, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt. They are just doing beautiful things to the store, renovating it.
I found the Nutella back in the automotive oil
We
area.
looked for Nutella. And finally he says, you go check out.
I went to the front and I asked them, where's the Nutella? They said it's back in the automotive area.
Did they say that?
Back by the...
Oh, I just thought that was from you. So, anyway. You know, I'm sure glad I wore that. Okay. Anyway, so I'm checking out, and I think, well, Wes didn't make it. That's all right. I'll just pull out here and wait for him. And here he comes. He goes, I found it. It's back by the motor oil. And I'm thinking, oh, geez. But anyway, we were able to find everything we needed. And so here we go. So we're going to take these sliced bananas, and we're going to put them on 4 slices of that bread. And then we're going to top it with the other piece of bread, as like in a sandwich, okay? So, I tell you what, Wes, I am running out of room. Okay, so let's just do this. I'm not sure if, I can't imagine how this is. Maybe I cut these too thick, but they sure look good, don't they? Okay. Wes, you think I'm putting too many on there?
No.
No? Okay. Whoa. Alrighty. Now what we'll do is we will put the tops on these when we get done here. Then we will grill them. I'm going to turn on the...
Where do you set that?
Well, it's a gas stove, which I absolutely love. But so what I do is...
Put it on medium?
I put it right between medium and low.
Oh.
Because it
So don't get it too high.
No, don't put it on high.
Yeah.
You would have
Yeah.
bananas flambe. Ha! You remember when we had that? Remember on the sailboat trip?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, one more. Here we go.
You know, a number of people have been asking about how our sister-in-law, Joy,
Oh, yeah.
Lou,
Yeah.
is doing. You want to kind of give a little update on that?
Why don't you? While I can finish
Well,
it.
she is, yesterday, Ken brought her home from the hospital. She was there
Isn't that incredible?
She was there for about 15 days with a brain aneurysm, and they did surgery, and she is speaking again. Her vision is slowly coming back. And
What a miracle, guys. Thank you for your prayers.
It was an absolute miracle when Ken called us yesterday and said, listen, I'm at home, and if you'll listen, Joy's in the background talking. So, I mean, this is just like a miracle moment.
Yes.
Thank you for your prayers. Thank
Yes.
you. Continue to pray for her complete recovery. It's amazing. Many of you know that a brain aneurysm is one of the extremely high risk health problems, and many people don't even make it to the hospital. So what are we doing over here?
I am buttering. Hopefully. I just want this on and ready to go. What we're going to do right now, we made our sandwiches. See, they're ready to be done, except there's one important ingredient I forgot. So we take our 4 eggs. This is where the French toast comes in, all right? 4 eggs, And I'm doing
I wonder
something.
why they call it French toast.
I bet the French made it.
Is it related to French fries?
Well, the French made those too. Frites.
Fritz?
Oh no! The oh, hang on.
You didn't see that. Did not see that.
That's what makes this show really good. And it's not a show. That makes whatever we're doing different. What did I do? Okay, here we go. You pour in your 1/4 cup of milk with vanilla. You put in all the cinnamon and the nutmeg and all that kind of stuff. I think I've got it all. Then you go whisk it, of course.
Whisk it away.
Whisk it away.
I love the whisker.
I think every time I use this, all right, it's ready. I am going to pour it in this bowl here, and you can watch me as I, okay. All right, here we go. We're going to coat our bread in this mixture.
This is so cool.
How many other recipes
It
you
looks
think
like
are in here?
it looks like you're like baptizing them. And talking about baptism, we're gonna have baptism here in a few weeks, and I can't wait. I always love baptism. I know you're speaking on Mother's Day. We don't call it baptism. At Daybreak, call it baby dedication, but some people call it baptism, baby baptism. But when you're doing this, it reminds me of baptism. We're gonna dedicate babies on Mother's Day. Love that. And then later on, another Sunday, we're going to do baptisms. Nothing like a baptism. All right, so
Right.
you just
So
stay in
those
here a while.
Yep, they stay there like,
Do you turn them over?
yes, we'll do that here
Okay.
in just a minute. I'll fire this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, may I wipe my hands off? Thank you. Okay, so while that is cooking, we can go ahead. Let me chop up some more bananas for our plate that we're going to plate this with. Okay. Wes, did you share what we celebrated Wes's birthday last week ago, 2 weeks ago now.
Well, that was one part of the birthday. We did.
Oh,
We took about 2 weeks.
that's right. It's just not a one-day thing. And so, anyway, we had the staff had a surprise party for him, and it was fun. And then that night we went to Carrabba's, of course. We love Carrabba's. We love the people there. And they knew it was Wes's birthday. And when we finished our meal, they brought out a dessert for him. Now, it wasn't just a dessert, was it, Wes?
No, it was a trilogy.
They had
It was a
this.
trilogy.
They had this cannoli cake. It's humongous, and they brought that. I mean, one plate. Then they brought their famous chocolate. See, I don't know what they call it. It's chocolate mousse.
Sonio.
Well, of course, Wes would know. So the Sonio. Then they had this beautiful ice cream in between the two of these with 2 cannolis on top.
It wasn't just ice cream. It was ice cream with special pecans on it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That they were coal, iron, whatever.
I was going to say cold porter, but it wasn't cold porter. It
Coal
was
porter. But I'm telling you
John
what,
Cole or
Wes
something.
was next to heaven. And they knew it. They just
Yeah.
we took pictures of them.
posted them,
Yes,
I think.
yes, yes. Okay, so let's take a flip here. I'll start back here.
You know, from my perspective, these look like cheese sandwiches.
Yeah.
But actually, these are healthier than cheese sandwiches
Oh, of
because
course.
of the Nutella and
The
eggs
hazelnuts, and the
Yeah.
eggs, yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually, the bananas.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get anything with
Yeah,
as good as that.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow, this looks great.
Yeah, it's almost done.
So nutritious.
I know, and you're all about nutrition.
Mhm.
Yeah, so,
Life is short, Claudia.
okay, Wes. So we will, excuse the mess, but we're going to put one of our plates up here. I'm going to serve you first, dear. And we won't eat all four, will we?
One would be enough for now.
Okay. Let's let this cook just a little bit longer. So you know what? One of the bonus. Okay, we are leaving now to go to our worship time. No, we're not. He's giving me what? I don't know. I'm just cooking, babe. You ready for another sandwich? Okay. Good, close our. All righty. Okay. There we go. We'll throw a little pecans. Look here, guys. Oh. Throw a little, I should have done. Throw some more bananas out here if you so desire. Let's put a few little strawberries here. And you wanted whipped cream, did you not? Oh, someone wants more. Did you want syrup? And almonds? Okay. Okay. As if it's not sweet enough, we put a little warmed. Oh, so Wes is going to finish. Oh, I know Wes loves this part. Okay, here we go. Will you tell me, Wes, when it's a stop? Wes?
Stop.
Okay, that's beautiful. All right, and here we are. Nutella, banana, French toast.
For the campground.
Oh, you wish.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, they don't advertise it at the campground. I don't know how they. Okay.
So I need to get a bite.
Okay, do that.
Wow.
You know, you always take it. Wesley, no, Wesley.
You did it again.
What did I do?
This is delicious. Hey, we're going to worship right now, so we'll clean our face off and join in with you. All right?
Wesley.
Waiting and shake at the sound of Jesus' name. Lives made whole, hearts awake at the sound of Jesus' name. Lives made whole, hearts awake at the sound of Jesus' name. Lives made whole, hearts awake at the sound of Jesus' name. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom, there is freedom. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom, there is freedom. Come out of the dark, just as you are, into the fullness of His love. For the Spirit is here, let there be freedom. Let there be freedom. Let there be freedom.
Let praise be a weapon that silences the enemy. Let praise be a weapon that conquers all anxiety. Let it rise. Let praise arise. We sing your name in the dark and it changes everything. We sing with all we are and we claim your victory. Let it rise. Let praise arise. We'll see you break down every wall. We'll watch the giants fall. Fear cannot survive when we praise you. The God of breakthroughs on our side. Forever lifted high. With all creation cry, God, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. Let faith be the song that overcomes the raging sea. Let faith be the song that calms the storm inside of me. Let it rise. Let praise arise. Let it rise. Come on. We'll see you break down every wall. We'll watch the giants fall. Fear cannot survive when we praise you. The God of breakthroughs on our side. Forever lifted high. With all creation cry, God, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. Oh, we praise you. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven sounds like. We praise you, we praise you. This is what living looks like. This is what freedom feels like. This is what heaven
Well, I always enjoy our worship time, and I know you did too. And I just again want to thank our worship team and our band, and for their commitment. And these guys, they love the Lord, and I just love to hear their stories as well as their music, and you just experienced that again. Well, you know, I was thinking about these next few weeks, and I was thinking about June the 27th is our big celebration. It's kind of our last Sunday here at Daybreak. It's going to be at 9:30. We're combining both the services because what we've got planned is I think,
A big party.
splendid.
Yes,
Splendtacular.
that's right.
Splendtacular. We got a lot of friends who are going to be here. People like John Gordon and Joanne Lyon and Terry Wachowski and so many other people who are going to be with us that day. And some of them are going to be sharing some things publicly. Our band, people at Daybreak, it's just going to be an exciting, exciting day. But I'm holding something that's very exciting. That weekend and the 27th, our whole family's going to be together.
Yes.
I can't wait. You know, it's been months, like 9 or 10 months.
Yes, since we've seen Clinton.
Since we've seen Clinton, his family out in California.
Yep.
Do pray for them. They've had a tough time, you know, just with all the restrictions. We've gone through some of it, but not quite as strict as they've been in California. But Claudia, I was just thinking, when they're here, this has to,
You know, the boys will probably really like that.
this will have to come out one day, one
and
morning.
we'll keep it a surprise.
And I'm just showing you here
Yeah.
what this looks like. I know it almost has, it almost looks like a strawberry banana split,
Wesley.
doesn't it? I mean, it really does. Has that look to it. Well, I'll put it down. We'll take care of that later.
I'm sure there's not many calories in that.
I'm so glad I was reading the camping magazine.
Oh, I certainly am.
Yeah.
Camping. Why are you reading the camping magazine?
And nothing like a picture either. Nothing like a picture. But come on, Claudia's way in advance of this picture. Wow. Yeah.
But Claudia wouldn't have been in advance if it hadn't been for the picture.
So I just want to take some time here again and talk about this Sunday. But before we get to it, I was just reminiscing and thinking about these last few months here at Daybreak and looking back 32 years ago. It's hard to believe 32 years ago. I was just talking to somebody the other day, and I said, like, how old are you? They gave me their age. You weren't even born.
I know.
You weren't even born when we started the church.
Are all those babies that you kissed and all that, they're 32 years
And they have
old.
babies.
Yeah.
They're having babies. I ran into a couple of Daybreakers last night at Meijer with you
Yeah,
and doing
looking
some
for the
shopping
Nutella.
for
Yep.
for this. Yeah. So I looked at the one guy. His name is Alex.
Yeah.
And Alex often sits on the front row. And Alex said, you know, when I started Daybreak, it was over there at Sandy Hill 32 years ago. I said, how old were you? He said, I was 5.
Oh, he's just a baby.
You remember that? He said, I remember that. Wow.
Whoa. Wonder what
Hey,
we
I know you
did.
said you were going to give a shout out today to somebody that you met that's watching for the very first time.
Oh, I think her name is Joy. She was the checkout person at Meijer.
Yeah.
And she noticed what was going through the line, and she says,
Her name is Joy.
I think it was.
Hi,
I
Joy.
may have that wrong. I hope
Hi,
I'm
Joy.
right.
We got 2
She
Joys in our
was
family.
so-
My sister's name is Joy. My sister-in-law's name is Joy.
Okay.
And now you're Joy.
We hope. And she was so kind and awesome. And she's looking at all this and putting it in. And I said, we're waiting for the Nutella. And I said, we do a cooking program on Wednesday nights. What? I said, well, you know, y'all just dial in and just see. I said, you've helped us purchase these ingredients right here.
You know,
So-
what's fun is that people will tune in for your cooking program, and then they just kind of hang around. They find out that we have worship on here, and then sometimes
Yeah.
we do a little devotional, a little inspirational talk, and they say, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. But we're glad you're with us this evening.
So glad.
Whether it's 7 o'clock or 9:30, we're glad that you're with us. So I want to go back 32 years ago, and I want to go back to that time that we were starting to make our decision whether to sell everything that we had. We just built a new, beautiful house, 2.5 acres, just near Kernersville, North Carolina. And we'd only lived in it about 1.5 years. Do you remember the fleece you put out?
I did. And do you want to tell them what a fleece is?
Well, a fleece kind of comes from the Old Testament, and it was proof that God's will was being accomplished. And it wasn't just a fluke or something that you were going to come up with. And so people would put a fleece out. And
Like the story goes in the Bible, I don't know the Bible character, but he laid a fleece on the ground.
and what is a fleece?
It's the covering on a lamb,
Yeah.
a sheep. And
That's the part they shave off.
he asked, if this is going to be, would you put moisture, rain, whatever, on the fleece, but everything else remained dry? And the next morning when he got up, the fleece was wet and everything else was dry.
Dry.
So he knew what he was to do. So what I
That's
did,
good, man.
yeah, so what I did is that at this very same time, Wes was up north. He took 3 days to fast and pray about what our future
My mom
was
and dad
going-
had a little cabin up in the Virginia mountains near the, it's called the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Yes.
And I went up there for 3 days, took my Bible with me, and there was a scripture in 1 Peter where the word daybreak, by the way, appeared. And I just asked God, I said, God, I fasted along with this. I want to do what you want us to do. I don't want to do what I want to do. Go ahead.
So anyway, I knew Wes was doing that, and I'm back home because I teach school. And so as I was praying, I said, I asked Jesus, I said, I'm going to put a fleece out. I said, if we are to do this huge transition and go somewhere and do whatever, we didn't have an idea. Would you sell our home, have our home sales this next week?
Yeah, and home sales at that time, this is 1989. They were flat. We were 8 miles out into the country, and it did not look good. But you said that.
And so in 3 days, the realtor agent that we made friends with, she brought out a couple, and they fell in love with the house and
Bought it.
bought it.
Amazing.
So I
Absolutely
thought,
amazing.
okay.
Houses were not selling.
No,
But
and-
that fleece.
Well, that meant that much to me. It just
Yeah,
helped
it was
me.
just like,
helped me to say, okay.
I want you to know that I'm behind what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
And I remember we just started praying, Lord, give us direction. And my brother said to me one day, he said, well, Wes, what would you like to do more than anything else? I said, I'd like to start a church for unchurched people, people far from God, people disillusioned with the church, people that have lost their way. He said, then you need to start that. And I said, oh, by the way, I want people to feel like if they want to come in their t-shirt and their blue jeans and rock and roll music, he said, do that, go for that. Well, for 32 years, that's been our mission, our vision, and God has blessed. We've seen over 7,200 people make a spiritual decision, and some of those, we don't know where everybody's at. Some are already in heaven, but that was our mission, and we've stayed with that. So we made our move here. We didn't know where we were going to live, but we stayed. We were in a little motel in Granville, and then we finally found a rental house. And
Now
then,
we knew to come here because Kentwood Community Church
oh, that's right.
is the one that extended this invitation. And of course, Wes, they asked us to come up and look around the area
Yeah.
and then be interviewed.
Yeah, Dr. Wayne Schmidt, Dr. Ron Kelly, both of those guys interviewed us, and that's really where the official call.
Yeah, we just didn't show up.
Sometimes it felt like we did. we just drove into
Somebody may
town,
have thought you did.
climbed out of the car,
Yeah.
invited a few people to this little elementary school,
Yeah.
but no, there was some organization. We
Yeah.
called it. Actually, we had a little campaign called
Journey to Jennison. I tell you what.
from Kentwood Church. There were 24 lovely families who made a 2-year commitment. Well, fast forward.
Yeah.
We've seen great things over these 32 years. God has blessed. I wouldn't say we're proud of all of our converts, but Some have
yeah.
come and gone, and some have found issue different times. Like we don't like what you preach or whatever.
No.
But for the most
All that
part,
matters is if they find Jesus.
literally thousands have made decisions
Yes.
to follow Jesus, and some have gone into ministry. But now we're at a historic
Oh my God.
transfer. And I want to say historic because in the life of Daybreak, we've never had an election of
Any sort.
a pastor. And so Claudia and I just sort of started it, opened it up at Sandy Hill, moved from Sandy Hill Elementary to the Jenison Junior High School. Oh, by the way, we're going to bring back the principal from
Yes.
the Jenison Junior High. He is now the superintendent of schools.
Wonderful man. Yes.
And
Awesome.
he's going to be with us on June the 27th.
Yes.
And then we moved to the senior high, Jenison Senior High, and we just keep outgrowing. And then after 5 years, we occupied 34 acres with a new building at the corner of 36 and Baldwin. And God has been so great. I mean, he's
Yes,
done
he
so
has.
many wonderful things. We've had just great times, great people, great experiences along the way.
And then now there's
So
Jeff and Ariana.
yes, the last week we officially made it real clear what we were doing on the vote day. But Jeff Eckert has been selected by our board of elders to be the next lead pastor of Daybreak. And Jeff and his beautiful wife Ariana and their 3 lovely daughters, and now
Yes.
one is married
And another.
out in Kansas, and another one's getting ready to be married in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
But they are going to be the new official lead pastor and first lady of Daybreak.
That's right.
And you and myself are going to sort of gallop off.
Fade into the sunset.
We will kind of gallop off into the sunset.
I don't know if we'll gallop. That just seems.
We are still supporting Daybreak,
Oh,
loving
gosh, yes,
Daybreak,
yes.
pray for Daybreak, giving to Daybreak, getting behind Jeff and his team. But let me just say this coming Sunday, I want you to be in much prayer from now until Sunday. We are actually going to have a vote. And you will be given a ballot when you come into the church building. A ballot that says yes or no. You have a place to put your name to register. And then Jeff is going to be speaking Sunday, and then those will be collected. And then if you aren't able to be there on Sunday, you can come by the office on Monday. It'll be open from 9 to 4, and you can actually vote there for whatever reason. We're not doing any online voting, but you will have that opportunity on Monday. And then the Board of Elders, they look over the count. And then on Tuesday, they will make an official statement who the next pastor of Daybreak is. And I'm confident that it's going to be Jeff Eckert. I just speak with
He and
that
Ariana
confidence.
are the best.
He's
Yes.
God's man. There is
He
no
is.
doubt. There is no doubt. This is God's man. This is God's pastoral team that's coming in here to take Daybreak to a whole nother level. Here is a couple that started Never the Same Camp. They started
Claim Your Campus.
Claim Your Campus.
Yes.
He's a part of the executive team and the board of the National Day of Prayer.
Yes.
By the way, Claudia is on Jeff's board
Yeah.
with Never the Same Camp. But this has impacted thousands and thousands of people. And just think, Daybreak is going to be in full partnership with what's going on in this huge prayer ministry. And man, we need prayer. Our country needs prayer. Our world needs prayer. Our communities need prayer. Our families need prayer. Our schools need prayer. So Jeff's the man. Jeff is the man that I believe God is going to use as we move into this new decade. And I believe Daybreak under Jeff's leadership is going to be profound. I really believe that. I just feel that in my heart. I just feel like, I'm kind of like one of those Old Testament guys. Okay, Jeff, I got it up and going and I got you the building here. So here it is, brother. Take it and move forward. So fantastic tools at the corner of 36 and Baldwin, aren't they? With beautiful buildings, a great youth complex, a great children's complex, a great performing arts auditorium, wonderful offices, bookstore, cafe. I mean, it's there. And then you got like 78 acres to hike around on, hike, and just have a wonderful time. So this church is being positioned, I really believe, to see literally thousands of people come to know Jesus Christ.
I agree, yes.
So you say, what can we do in this transition? What can we do as we have a new pastor? And officially, the vote's going to happen this weekend, Sunday and Monday. He will be announced. And then our last Sunday, oh, by the way, there's a couple of things in between. We're going to have an exchange, a transfer between Wes and Jeff. I will literally be handing a baton off to Jeff, and an anointment will be laid on him for the new pastor of Daybreak. All of this is going to come. You don't want to miss a Sunday, not a Sunday. And then on the 27th, Claudia and I are going to celebrate along with all of you, and Carabas is going to come in at the end. We're going to have a big dinner there on the grounds all over the building. It's going to be fun. And then July the 4th, fireworks begin. New pastor, Jeff Eckert, Ariana, are going to walk onto that stage, and here we go. And like I said, we're going to, did you say gallop?
No, you said gallop.
Oh, I said gallop. Off into the wild blue yonder. So how can we prepare for the new pastor? What are some of your opinions, just to, to say, okay, what's our responsibility here?
First of all, it's prayer. Jeff and Ariana are just super prayer warriors, and they're just godly people, and I'm just so excited.
So number one is pray.
Yes.
So all of you can start praying. Start praying for this transfer. There will be some people that, for whatever reason, they'll say, I don't want to make the journey. That's okay. That's okay. I want to find another church. That's okay. We want the people, and Jeff wants the people that really want to get behind him. And when you have a transfer like this, there's always a few people that, for whatever reason, kind of move around, whatever. Number two, he needs a team that locks into place, just like you and I had a...
Yes.
Is it you and I or you and me?
It doesn't matter right now.
From Kentwood, we had a group of people that made a 2-year commitment. And I'm going to say at least 2 years, if not 3 years. You're going to say, I'm going to get wholeheartedly behind Jeff and his leadership.
That's right.
Number two, I'm going to get totally behind Jeff and Ariana and the team, and I'm going to do everything I can. Sure, you're going to see some things done differently. And there's going to be some things you'll go, I don't think Wes would do it that way. That phrase needs to go out the window and never be used again, right?
Right.
Pastor Jeff, he's the man now. And so number two, we're going to get behind Jeff, going to get behind him. Number three, we are going to express that support. How can you do that? I got to tell you, the things that mean a lot to me is when somebody writes me a note, writes me an email and says, I am 100% with you, Wes. I pray for you. I support you. I'm with you. That's something you can start doing. I looked on Facebook. It was so cool. There were hundreds of people last night on Facebook who are already saying, we are behind Jeff and Ariana.
Yes.
Talk about support, man. That just thrills you.
Yes, it does.
And so as a pastor, get behind him. Number four, you're going to do everything that you can to get any gripers, and there's always 5% of gripers and complainers. They're hanging in the hallways, behind doors. Move them out of the way. Get them out of the way. Don't be caught up with that. Don't be caught up with that. So make sure that you're one of those people that pour water and not gas. Pour water, not gas. Not gossip, but the gospel. And let's move that forward. The last thing I want to say to you, be one of those people that bring new people. Bring new people with you. It's going to be like a whole new church. And so this is a great time to bring new people in with you. Invite your neighbors, invite your family. And let's just pray that God will do something special.
Oh, he will. He already has.
As Jeff steps in, this is a time to get behind him, let him know we're behind him. And I got to say personally, I think this is the biggest compliment that can be paid to you and me. How can we compliment Wes and Claudia? By getting behind Jeff and Ariana's leadership. That's what I really mean. And when you get behind them with your attendance, with your financial support, with inviting people, with showing up, it's time to show up to church, with volunteering, serving, I gotta say, that's what it takes. All right, we're gonna finish up here, and I just want to take a moment and pray. Dear God, thank you so much. Thank you for your church. God, we're just amazed at how your church works. We're just amazed how for hundreds of years, thousands of years, you have blessed the bride, and the church is your bride. And Lord, we thank you for your church. And now we just ask in this transfer that there will just be just a wonderful spirit, a wonderful attitude of support. I want to thank you for the 32 years that Claudia and I have had to live in this community, to serve this community, to serve Daybreak, to lead our people. Thank you for this. God, it's just been the highlight of our life. But now as we transfer, we just pray that our people will get totally behind Jeff. And we know that they are, but we just want to mention it again. And so I pray for this coming Sunday as a vote is going to be taken, first one in our history, that there would just be just an outpouring of support for Jeff and Ariana. Lord, I pray as a church that we'll continue to be a church of outreach. We'll continue to be a church that's evangelistic, that's reaching people for you. We'll continue to be a church where we will grow people up and disciple them. God, we just thank you again. Praise your holy name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. So now we have time to relax
Yeah, right.
and finish this. So what's this called again? Wes's Camper Special.
There we go.
Wes's Camper Special.
Yeah.
Healthy bananas, strawberries, eggs.
You know, you could make those and put them in those little griller thingies, those little things over
Baskets.
this over
That little basket thing.
Yeah.
That, you put popcorn in.
Well, you'd have to be a little careful because it might burn. But
Isn't that great?
anyway.
Look at that. Hey, thanks for watching tonight. God bless you. Have a great evening. See you Sunday.
Goodbye.
Bless you. Bye-bye.